The Midnight Recipe. Some stories are passed down like recipes shared from one generation to the next, whispered in quiet moments. And then there are stories that no one dares to repeat. This one starts in a small town. Decades ago, a woman named Eleanor Whitman lived alone in an old house at the end of Hallway Street. People knew her, but not well. She wasn't unfriendly, just quiet. She spent most of her time baking, always leaving her windows open so the scent of vanilla and cinnamon drifted through the town like a spell. They said she had a secret recipe, the softest, most delicate cakes, the kind that melted in your mouth. No one could ever replicate them, not even close. Some believed it was just skill, others weren't so sure. One autumn evening, a young man named Thomas arrived in town. He was just passing through, looking for work, a place to stay. He heard about Eleanor's baking, and like everyone else, he found himself drawn in by the scent. He knocked on her door, hoping for a meal or maybe just a slice of the famous cake. Eleanor welcomed him in, gave him a seat, placed a warm slice of cake in front of him. He took a bite and swore he had never tasted anything like it. He asked for the recipe, but Eleanor just smiled and said, "It's in the hands that make it, not in the instructions." He stayed in town longer than expected, drawn to her kindness and warmth. But soon, people noticed something strange. Every now and then, a visitor, a traveler passing through would simply disappear. A drifter, a stranger, someone no one missed. The townsfolk whispered, but no one ever questioned Eleanor. One night, Thomas couldn't sleep. He wandered through town, past Eleanor's house. Her kitchen lights were still on, flickering softly. The scent of cake filled the air. But as he got closer, he heard something beneath the hum of the oven. A voice, low and familiar, a whisper that didn't belong to Eleanor. He peered through the window. Eleanor stood at the counter mixing something in a bowl. And just beside her, a shadow, a shape that flickered and twisted, moving even when she stood still. The next morning, Thomas was gone. No goodbyes, no packed bags, just gone. Eleanor still baked, still smiled at those who passed by. But from that night on, no one ever asked her for the recipe again.